What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? You know who this is? 2025 is coming up. And what does it hold? You know what? I do not know. I'm just gonna take it as it go. For 2024, ooh, hey, it's been very challenging. Um, from job changing, from entrepreneurship to fake friends, it's supposed to be your friends. Uh, to all different type of stuff, y'all. So let's get it started like this. I started my entertainment business back in I think April 2014. 2014. Learned everything hands on, everything hands on. Of course, went to the library, read a little something here and now. Um, Didn't know anything about really filing taxes. Just wanted to get out and have some fun. So the first year, we're doing all right so far as just getting out, networking, making flyers, T-shirts. Um, then try to get a CPA. I didn't know anything about CPA at all. Um, I kept up my license and franchise license and my sales license that I could learn do everything online myself. Um, then I finally found a CPA um, based up out of Nashville. That's where I'm residing. Um, didn't know if this person was taking advantage of me or was telling the truth, so I started grabbing books and started learning too as well. But since I didn't know anything about accounting and all that other stuff, of course, I gotta take advantage of it. It was really for me to keep up with all this paperwork too as well. So like I said, trial and error, learning. Then I got audit. Yeah. At that time I wanted to quit. I was like, oh hey nah. What's really going on? How to pay taxes. Um, I didn't know how to handle that because I never paid. I mean, except for my regular paycheck, pay taxes, but paying taxes with your company, even though your company is not going as fast as you want to, as fast as I want to. Um, I was like, man, did I have to deal with the RS? I was like, what is going on here? I didn't know what to do. So, friend of mine, she worked for the RS. And she just told me, she said, Tyrone, they're just regular people. They're just regular people just like you. Talk to them. So most of the people, I'm letting you know, the RS, of course, they're just regular people. You talk to them, they can set up different things for you, payment plans to pay them off and stuff like that. But you have to call them. You have to talk to whoever. And they can make some arrangements for you. Let's move a little forward. Took care of that. Bam. All right, so then I went to QuickBooks. Learned a little bit about QuickBooks. Only thing about that is the downtime, which back then it was. I still understand. You link it to your bank. You link it to your bank, and it helps you keep up track. You know what I'm saying? But that was a payment you had to pay every month. And like I said, once again, back then I wasn't making a lot of money. I was investing my money, which is working a second job, investing $200 or $300, coming out my second job into my business. That's how I started out. Didn't know anything about credit, business credit. Didn't know anything about what's called Tier 10. Didn't know anything about that until I say some years and years and years and years. Get on another story about that right there. Um, didn't know really anything about personal credit. The way I was raised was you always kept a cash in a box. So just in case of emergencies, you got to pay people, get some cash. So from now, as didn't know what route I wanted to take, I was always doing music, definitely doing music, making beats, you know, helping out artists. But then I had to find another avenue. The other avenue was basically like, Tyrone, what are you gonna do? Okay, what skills that you have? What are the skills that you have? I'm like, I don't know. So after that, I was like, well, let's start to help. Well, my wife, father died of prostate cancer, basically, which I ain't knowing too much about prostate cancer. So I said, let's bring awareness, prostate cancer, start events to help out, men with prostate cancer. But I noticed that the men wasn't even showing up. It was more of the wives that came out and support. That was unusual. I had a lot of people come out and what you call come out and host it, talk about different things on that end. But every year, like I said, every year, it was mostly females. I was like, I didn't understand that as black men, why we don't think about taking care of our health or just share the knowledge of what's going on to help somebody else. That was my main goal. Same way as cataract, same way as whatever it is when it comes to black men. Not discriminating now, okay? But what I'm saying is, you know, from heart attacks, high blood pressure, all this other stuff, that muscle we going with. Food we eat too. So, get off of that. So that event went well a couple of years after that. Started slowing down because, like I said, it was mostly females. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But then I said, you know what? Let me go to a cancer walk, and for females. Now I know this is more females support each other. I miss a lot support each other. I was like, wow. So I came when I done my little walk. Came across. I had a little dog called Diamond. Then we was in Atlanta at the time, and we walking. Happened to stop, seen the lady. You know, she said, "Oh, I love your dog." I said, "Thank you, man. What's her name?" Diamond. I said, "Okay." Then I was like, "Man, this is a lot of people." She said, "Well, it didn't take too long. It only took 5 years." I said, 5 years? She said, "Yeah, you just have to build it from the ground up and stay consistent." I was like, "Oh, now mind you, still doing music, still trying to find my way, run a business, still networking, traveling from Atlanta, Memphis, Detroit, never been to Chicago. I want to hit that one day. Um, been in New York." So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's what you do." She was like, "Yeah." So then I took the information, got back home, planned it. Didn't know at the time a lot of stuff you have to what you call liability insurance, just in case if you run out of park and you have an event or something like that. You gotta have liability insurance just in case somebody get hurt. Permits if somebody's selling food. Best to give away food if you can. Permits if somebody's selling food, they get sick, that's liable too. Because if they get sick, then therefore they can come back and get you or sue you or whatever, and you have something that can protect you. So everything is paperwork on permit stuff really protect you. So then from there, um, I was like, my dad used to be a DJ. And when I say used to, he's passed. I never thought about DJing, but I know I was a good event planner so far as setting up shows for artists. So after that, I was like, my dad was like, "What you think about DJing?" I was like, "Dad, I don't know about no DJing." He was like, "All you do is put music together. You like music?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like music, you know." He's like, "Well, try it out." So I bought me a little, well, not a little, a big DJ console that holds CDs. You know, I say CDs, I'll let you know how old this is. Like CDs and thumb drives. So bought that, learned that, whatever I had to do. Um, he one winter went over his house, stayed over there, and we did jam session. We did a little jam session. Um, and just watching him do his thing, talking on the mic, hosting. He been doing it for a while, and I was like, what it was, I had to get out of my shell because I always like to be in the back to help other people. You know, I don't like being in the front. So I was like, okay, had to get out of my shell. So eventually, I got out of my shell. Mind you, passing out flyers, business cards, and stuff like that. Hit and miss. My first gig, little college graduation thing, decent. Learned the people, what type of music they like. Most is always the Cooper Shuffle, dance music for the dance music for the young crowd, crunk music. For older crowd, you rarely get anything slow dancing. You might get a couple, but that's it. Everything is fast. So then from there, um, didn't charge a lot at all because I was learning. Then I hit up flea markets, set up, didn't have a tent then, like a custom tent, just have a basic tent with some house speakers. Excuse me, y'all, just trying to get this thing settled. With some house speakers. What else? Some CDs once again. Went around, bought CDs from country to jazz to little reggae. Just played them right there. I noticed people start coming. I paid like about $25 for a spot. Then I was like, well, let me see next time after it was over with. Because people was coming down, listening to the music and buying things. But there wasn't any music playing at these outdoor when they selling uh like used stuff. So I was like, I must be hitting something here. So I talked to the owner again. He hit me up and said, hey, $25 again. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy two spots. He said, what? Two spots. And this one I said, come up when people see that you're progressing. When you're hungry and when you're trying to do something, even though you paying them, when they see that you're moving ahead and enjoying it and you paying the person, they try to block you. So anyway, pay two spots. So that's $50. Playing music, got another tent, selling whatever from the dollar store. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever I can get from used stuff to selling. They make a lot of money, but at the same time, I'm still learning. Remember. Um, let's see what else. Done good. People came down again, listened to music. I sold two little products. And, I had some T-shirts, just some regular T-shirt with some graffiti on it. I said, "Oh, okay." Then I brought my wife on board. From there, I said, "You know what? Hmm, what about if he's selling spots, how many spots I can get?" So I asked him. He said, "Well, you can get how many spots you want to get." I said, "Oh, okay, cool." So, man, once again, another idea, y'all. Boom. Set up another spot, $75. This time I got somebody cooking because there wasn't nobody else cooking. That's when I started noticing the change. Hey, you can't do that. Why not? Uh, giving them the reason why. Then I said, well, you already told me that I couldn't buy spots. My main goal was right off the road, big field, nice background. When I say background, it's covered with like a little canvas of like trees, but it had like them 18 wheelers, them I don't know what you call it, y'all, but 18 wheelers with the bed, big damn bed, 18 wheelers. I hope I can explain it right, y'all. So anyway, so I was like, you know what, they can have a live band. So I was like, figure out how much the stage was. So I went in and say, look, I want to buy this spot right here. And this is what I've learned. When you tell people your ideas, they try to knock your ideas out the way. And then once they try to knock your ideas out the way, they use them ideas. So be careful on the ideas that you put out there. You know what I mean? Because they might not see it right then until you say something. So just be careful on that. So let's go a little more forward. Mind you, I tell you, I've been audited. I learned how to do my finance, like paperwork and keep books and stuff like through the years. Of course, going to the library, and then all of a sudden, trademark. Didn't know anything about trademark because I had to make sure that I know what I was doing when I'm branding my company's name, logo. So got burned off of that too as well. We'll talk more about trademarks, all the stuff that I have learned. Reached out to somebody in Miami, of course. Everybody looking for money, ain't no wrong with that, but still give you the information. 15 minutes for $400 and some dollars just on a Zoom thing. Didn't tell me anything what I need to do, just talking. I paid the money anyway, or the card. I use a credit card, cause mind you, I already figured out by then about credit. Um, Took care of that. The information he gave me, I read between the lines and wrote down bullet point stuff. Got back on Google. Google is very helpful. I learned a lot of more stuff, y'all. Then eventually I reached out to somebody in New York that's an entrepreneur like me. He helped me out so far as information with the things he was talking about, the other guy was talking about, and I used that information for bullet points. And hey, I got my trademark, and that's what came up with Big Boy News. I designed my own logo, I guess you can say, with the name. So that's why how far I came, y'all. And I'm still growing. I love to help local artists too as well. Just to put them on my page. I got a Facebook, Big Boy News. When I say Big Boy News with a double G, there's other Big Boy News out there too as well, single G. But I noticed once you start promoting your name out there, people jump on the bandwagon too to capitalize off of it, regardless. So before you start, legalizing your name, get out there and find out if anybody else has a name or close to that name, because it will happen. You know what I'm saying? It will happen. Moving forward, came across a lot of artists that I help promote. Most of the time, I'm setting up shows. I promote the artists ahead. Excuse me, y'all. I promote the artists ahead of time. You know, I'll get back to social media. Didn't know anything about social media at all. I had to get on Facebook, Instagram, chat, Snapchat. What else out there? TikTok. I had to teach that myself. And then eventually, I was like, okay, all right, I see which way you're going, because everybody's on social media now. So my next goal, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to cost you a little pretty money. I know it's going to help a lot of people. Um, so right now, like I said, it's almost 2025. I like to give a shout out to somebody that I met on a cruise, Drake and Michelle. I'm finna cuss y'all. They some good people. Um, of course, my son Janair, entrepreneurship, dealing with I guess you say games. I don't know too much about games, y'all. That social media, like social media games or just online streaming and stuff like that. Jordan, he makes beats, so he took that. He make beats. He's an engineer too as well. So you been hearing some of his music on my timeline. Oh my goodness. Um, we don't say Tom. Know him from the Nuts and Nuts. Know them for a while back in the day. They artists too as well. Just want to say what's up. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I hope you doing what you doing. Um, what is mm, L. Riley? He's trying to come back out, do some R&B, old school. But I told him you got to mix the old school with the new school. You know what I'm saying? Cause most of the old school people, they might listen to it, but they ain't gonna spend no money like that. We have to bring that up to an upbeat to make you want to dance. Um, let's see. Oh, JB, my part, JB and Chapman. Now I met them. Well, I met JB a while back because he's a DJ too. So usually I ride along, y'all. That's what I've been like that. But now I've been knowing him for a while. He was a Sagittarius too as well, and we just been kicking it. Um, I have a lot more to say, but once again, all I look at is I'm blessed because when I'm driving around, and a lot of people complain they ain't got this, they ain't got this. All you gotta do is look at the people that's living in the streets. You don't know what they have to go through. You don't know what they get conditioned. But when they selling a newspaper or whatever, hey, if you got some change or whatever, help them out. Even if you go to Walmart and get some bottled water with some chips, hey, they really appreciate it. Some people complain about they don't want to eat this food in the house, but you give them to somebody that's in the streets that's homeless, they're gonna really appreciate that. And that's all I can say, y'all. So y'all have a blessed New Year's once again. You know who this is, Tyrone. And scan through my YouTube channel. I'll leave some links or whatever. And we call it at that. And all I can say is bless, baby. Oh, peace. Do 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 do.